watching the Friday edition of This Is Exclusive with me, Shavan said. Ladies and gentlemen, 11 days on, women of Sandeshkhali continue to fight, but the government, on the other hand, continues to shield the main accused, the kingpin. All this and much more in this edition of This Is Exclusive. Not just this, we'll also get you that exclusive interview with the complainant in the Kerala Chief Minister's daughter's case, which is now being probed by the SFI. All this and much more on this edition. But up first, these are the headlines we're tracking for you at this hour. 11 days on, women of Sandeshkhali continue to fight against politically institutionalized mass rape by Trinamool Congress goons.
जो रिपोर्ट दिया है उस पे ये चीज़ लिखा है क्योंकि बंगाल का हालात अभी इतना खराब है कि मैडम आप राष्ट्रपति शासन के लिए सुपारिश कर सकता है.
National Commission for Scheduled Castes seeks President's rule in West Bengal over Sandeshkhali horror. BJP ups the ante against Mamata government, stages protest, alleges Trinamool Congress goons and cops hand in glove. Amid Sandeshkhali uprising Prime Minister to visit Bengal on 6th of March and Home Minister Amit Shah on 29th of February. Income Tax Tribunal defreezes Congress's bank accounts. Party says action based on flimsy grounds. Karnataka High Court quashes Veena Vijayan's plea requesting quashing of a serious fraud investigation. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been 11 days since the massive women's uprising in the state of West Bengal, particularly in Sandeshkhali. Day after day, the survivors are fighting for justice, and Republic Bangla has been leading the fight against this very politically institutionalized mass rape in Sandeshkhali with unrelenting reportage. The anger is palpable. A PIL has already been filed over the matter in Supreme Court. In fact, Republic spoke to the petitioner. To get us more on this, we'll also be joined in by our reporters on the ground. But before we bring those reports in, we'll take you through what's really happened through the day. In fact, over the last few days, we have had multiple representations being made, right from a delegation coming in from the Bharatiya Janata Party to that of the National Scheduled Commission. But despite the kind of efforts that have been made by several delegations, it appears that with Section 144 that has been imposed in 9 areas in Sandeshkhali district, most of these delegations have been prevented from going in. They've been at loggerheads with Mamata's police. First, listen in to what the petitioner in this particular case had to say, and then we also play out some of the other reactions that are coming in on this story that we've been tracking for the last 11 days.
There are very, very serious and deeply disturbing allegations coming out from Sandeshkhali, West Bengal, wherein a number of women have alleged and have claimed and stated in media that they were raped by goons of the ruling party, including one Sheikh Shah Jahan. We have all seen that when ED tried to conduct a raid in January 2024 in the house of Sheikh Shah Jahan in another PDS scam, the ED officials were beaten brutally and FIRs were filed against the ED officials. So you can understand how things are going on there, and there is a very less likelihood that the local police, if the investigation is done by local police, there is very less likelihood of any justice being given to these victims. And that is why I have filed this PIL in Supreme Court. I am primarily praying that an independent agency, and that too outside West Bengal, should conduct an investigation, and also the trial should be conducted outside.
So what kind of evidences are you relying on? Because the TMC has called this as a BJP propaganda.
If we recall Manipur case, in Manipur case also, prima facie there were no evidences, but when the matter reached to the Honorable Supreme Court said that let there be a inquiry committee, let that inquiry committee go meet the victims, interact with them and gather as many sources as can be gathered, and 3 judges committee was constituted. In this case also, to gather evidences, it is primarily required that an independent agency, which is not in any manner threatening to the concerned victims, visits them, meets them, and records their statements under 161 CRPC, 164 CRPC, and medical reports, if any, can be conducted. So as of now, the biggest challenge is to gather evidences. As you know, in rape cases, even convictions have been done on the allegation or on the testimony of the rape victims.
So, but multiple commissions have been trying to reach Sandeshkhali, but they are not able to meet the victims. So who is responsible for this?
See, as I just gave you a template of ED attack which took place on 5th of January, similarly, in this case also, there is a strong apprehension in my mind that the concerned commission or the authorities who are trying to reach out to the victims, they are not being permitted, and most importantly, victims are not being freely allowed to interact with the concerned agencies and authorities, like National Commission of Women, which posted on its official Twitter handle that even complaints are being filed against the relatives of the victims. So that is why I think that when a free and fair team goes there without any fear and bias, then truth will come out.
So what further action are you expecting from the court?
Now before the Honorable Supreme Court, and we are hoping justice from Honorable Supreme Court.
Massive Republic Bangla impact now coming in. We give it to understand the NCPCR has taken cognizance of the reportage done by Republic Bangla. We have spoken to the chairperson, Priyang Kanungo, over the Sandeshkhali matter. NCPCR has also issued a notice to the District Magistrate of North 24 Parganas over the alleged mishandling of a minor by the miscreants in the wake of a Sandeshkhali protest. This is what the NCPCR chairperson had to tell my colleague, a big Republic Bangla impact.
एक महिला जो विक्टिम है वो ये बता रही है कि उसके 6-7 महीने के बच्चे को जब उसके घर पे अटैक किया गया तब उसको हाथ से छीनकर फेंक दिया गया। ये अपने आप में गंभीर किस्म का अपराध है, बच्चे की जान के लिए खतरनाक है, इसलिए हमने डिस्ट्रिक्ट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन को नोटिस किया है, 48 आवर्स में इस पर एक रिपोर्ट मांगी है।
जी, तो सर हमने देखा है कि किस तरीके से कई कमीशन वहाँ पे पहुँची, एनसीडब्ल्यू भी पहुँची, SC ST भी पहुँची, तो सबका एक ही कहना है कि वहाँ कोई भी कोऑपरेट नहीं कर रहा है। तो अगर आपके साथ भी सिमिलर तरीके का व्यवहार होता है तो किस तरीके से कार्रवाई आगे बढ़ाएंगे?
देखिए, पश्चिम बंगाल की जो मुख्यमंत्री हैं ममता बनर्जी जी, वो बच्चों की सुरक्षा करने के मामले में इनकॉम्पिटेंट हैं और इस बात से हमने भारत की संसद को अवगत कराया है। हमने इस बजट सत्र में ही सरकार के माध्यम से एक स्पेशल रिपोर्ट संसद को दी है जिसमें हमने बताया है कि पश्चिम बंगाल सरकार बच्चों के संरक्षण के मामले में किस प्रकार कानूनों का उल्लंघन इंस्टीट्यूशनलाइज तरीके से कर रही है। तो जो भी हार्श एक्शन लेना होगा सरकार के विरुद्ध हम फिर लेंगे।
तो सर, जैसे हमने देखा है कि आज SC ST कमीशन ने राष्ट्रपति जी के पास वो गए और उन्होंने वहाँ का हाल बताया और कहा कि ऐसा हाल हो चुका है संदेशखाली में और वेस्ट बंगाल में कि वहाँ पे राष्ट्रपति शासन भी लागू कर दिया जाए तो ठीक होगा। तो जिस तरीके से आपने कहा कि आपने भी इसका कॉग्निसेंस लिया है, तो किस तरीके से देखते हैं कि अगर कार्रवाई नहीं होती है वेस्ट बंगाल सरकार के द्वारा तो क्या ऐसा कुछ आप आगे प्रपोज करेंगे? देखिए,
हमने ऑफिसर्स को नोटिस किया है। ऑफिसर्स कानूनों के इम्प्लीमेंटेशन के लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल हैं, उनकी अकाउंटेबिलिटी है। इनके कैडर कंट्रोलिंग के लिए जो IPS ऑफिसर्स हैं उनके लिए MHA है, जो IAS ऑफिसर्स हैं उनके लिए DOPT है। अगर ये हमारे नोटिस का उत्तर नहीं देंगे, हमारे बताए हुए निर्देश का पालन नहीं करेंगे, हम DOPT को लिखेंगे, हम MHA को लिखेंगे और इन ऑफिसर्स की व्यक्तिगत रूप से अकाउंटेबिलिटी फिक्स हो, इनके खिलाफ एक्शन लिया जाए, ये हम इंश्योर करेंगे।
सर, वहाँ पे जाने की कोई क्या टीम भेजने की कोई अभी तैयारी है?
अभी हम 48 आवर्स वेट करेंगे, आवश्यकता लगी तो टीम भेजेंगे।
Well, shift focus now to the other story that we are getting to you on. This is exclusive. This is yet another setback for Kerala Chief Minister's daughter, Veena Vijay. The Karnataka High Court has dismissed her plea to quash the SFIO, that's a serious fraud investigation against her. The Karnataka High Court has dismissed the petition that was filed by Exalogic Solutions Private Limited, a company of which Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan's daughter is a part of. And today on the show, in a short while from now, we'll also be joined by the complainant Sean George. It was based on Sean's complaint that this case was taken up by the SFIO. Remember, the SFIO in the last few days have also carried out an examination on this entire matter. Remember, a petition was filed before the High Court in Karnataka. That plea was rejected earlier in the day. In a short while from now, I'll also be joined by my colleague Ashwin as well as Sean George, who is the main complainant in this particular case. I'm told that both of them have joined us. First to you, Sean, thank you very much for joining us on this broadcast. I'll also request my colleague Ashwin to take the next question. But Sean, take our viewers through the main complaint that was registered by you, based on which the SFIO 2 has taken cognizance and the investigation continues. Because so far the response that has come in from the Kerala Chief Minister's daughter is that these are baseless allegations. We seem to have lost that line with the complainant, Sean George. Ashwin, if I can take that question to you, for many of our viewers who perhaps may not have an idea about the allegations that have been leveled against the Kerala Chief Minister's daughter, why don't you help them understand why this means more trouble for the Chief Minister's daughter?
Chavan, after Sean George filed the complaint, the Ministry of Corporate Affairs on January 31st ordered the Serious Fraud Investigation Office to take up the matter and complete the investigation in 8 months. The case prima facie is that over the period of around 3 years, that is between 2016 to 19, 1.72 crores was transferred to Veena Vijayan's company, which is called as Exalogic, headquartered in Bangalore. And this was transferred from the Cochin Minerals and Rutiles Limited. Now, earlier, the Income Tax Interim Settlement Board had found a report which stated that the highest office of the CMR themselves stated that no services were given by Veena or her company for this payment of 1.72 crores. Based on this particular report, Sean had in fact gone ahead and complained with the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. And soon that the result was that the Corporate Affairs, followed by which there was a investigation by the Register of Companies based in Bangalore. But after the complaint of Sean, this was taken up by the SFIO on January 31st, and the Ministry of Corporate Affairs has given SFIO 8 months to complete the investigation. However, in a surprising move, Exalogic, Veena Vijayan and the company moved to the Karnataka High Court, stating that it is not required to quash the investigation, stating that the ROC is already investigating the matter. However, today, the Karnataka High Court Justice has quashed the entire plea, stating that the SFIO has all rights to continue with the investigation because it needs to have a larger freedom to look into the matter. Already, the SFIO has raided the assets of CMRL as well as KSIDC, Kerala State Infrastructure Development Corporation, which holds about 13.84% of the CMRL asset itself. So altogether, whether investigation. So, Sean, so your complaint has in fact been one of the main reasons for such a punitive action. So, could you just tell us what could be the setback? What is the how serious is this accusation and the alleged fraud, Sean?
In my petition, this Veena is the fifth respondent in my petition, and the third respondent is CMRL. Is a public limited company. It's a company making synthetic rutile. That is the raw material of synthetic rutile is illuminate. This corruption is done for acquiring illuminate from the seashores of Kerala. So the interim settlement board on 2023 June on their report, Any service was rendered by the company of Chief Minister's daughter to the public limited company. It is for the somebody, the prominent person related to this company. Who this money was given to the company for some prominent person related to the company. There lies the issue, and I have approached the High Court of Kerala. In the meantime, the Corporate Affairs Ministry ordered for primary they ordered for two-time inquiry. Then it comes as a SFIO. At first, the KSIDC, that the fourth company, the fourth respondent of my petition, came to Kerala High Court and asked for the stay of investigation. But the Kerala High Court won't allow that interim prayer of that company. The same petition was given by Veena Vijayan, the daughter of Kerala CM in Karnataka High Court last week, and it was heard on last Monday. The petition was same like what KSIDC are given in the Kerala High Court. Today, the Karnataka High Court got dismissed Veena's petition, so the SFIO can take in charge.
Sean, with regards to the response that has come in from the Kerala Chief Minister's daughter and perhaps some of the party members who have spoken in the past, they have said that these are baseless allegations because nothing really connects her to this entire matter. In terms of the evidence that you have put forth in the complaint, could you help us understand what, according to you, is perhaps the crux of the matter?
Actually, my exhibit 1 is the order of the report of interim settlement board with the CMRL. In the same report, in the 51-page second paragraph, it is, as I have already told, in that report, it is specifically mentioned that Veena Vijayan's company, the Exalogic Solutions Private Limited, had rendered any service to the CMRL, which the company had given 1.72 crores to the Veena Vijayan's Chief Minister's daughter, and it is specifically in that report that she had not given any service to this company, and this amount received by her is for some prominent person related to the Veena Vijayan. So the prominent person related to Veena Vijayan is Chief Minister, because she is the daughter of Chief Minister. There lies my point. And also the KSIDC. KSIDC is a agency. It's an NBFC agency of Kerala State. It's a Kerala State Industrial Development Corporation that meant for the development of the industries in Kerala. And in the meantime of these times, the KSIDC had a nominee director in CMRL, because KSIDC is holding 13.4% share in a public limited company, CMRL. And they are telling that by the corruption of 135 crores, the interim settlement board has, in that report, it reveals that the appropriation of 135 crores happened there. By that, for KSIDC, for 13.4% of share for KSIDC itself, for the state, KSIDC is owned by the state. So, for holding 13.4% of share, the KSIDC, the state,
Sean, we seem
got
to be
a
having
loss
some problem.
of 18 crores. That's my
Sean,
point.
we seem to be having some problem with your audio line. Sean, we seem to be having a problem with your audio line. We'll take up the story once again, but thank you very much for joining us. I apologize, we couldn't continue further. We seem to be having some problem with your line. Thank you very much, Ashwin, the only channel reporting on a story which we've not only highlighted, but it only sends in more trouble signals for the Kerala Chief Minister's daughter. Now, shifting focus now to images that are coming in from Pakistan. It's been days after the results have already been announced, but the kind of protests that are essentially taking place questions the authority of the Pakistani army itself. We're getting in those visuals where protests are essentially taking place in Karachi. In fact, several of the political parties are now out on the streets. What is essentially happening right now, what you see in your screens, on your screens right now, these are several parties. Jamaat-e-Islami is the very party that has tied hands with PTI, Imran Khan's PTI. And what we are given to understand that these protests are essentially taking place with keeping in mind, as they've been alleging, that there has been rigging that is taking place. Several of the candidates that were backed up by the PTI have also been taken into custody, is what we are given to understand. Let me also quickly go across to my colleague Kaswar, who's joining us from Islamabad. While these images, we stay with these images that are coming in, breaking news now coming in with regards to those protests. We'll go back full frame once again with those images. But what's the current situation like, Kaswar? Because as I understand, while there have been attempts that have been made by Nawaz Sharif as well as the Zardaris, what has essentially happened is that the numbers they haven't been able to put together. So what does this essentially mean? Because most of the candidates that were backed by Imran Khan's party too, some of them were arrested this morning, is what I'm being told.
Well, Shaman, let me tell you that the Pakistan is in a complete shambles, complete mess here in Pakistan as well, because not a single party is in a position to form government in center as well. And this is what I am telling you on good authority as well. Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz is finding it very hard to get even too close to the magic number and saving the condition for Zardari and Imran Khan as well. And with regards to Karachi, let me tell you, the hundreds of thousands party workers and supporters have gathered in Karachi, and Karachi has been completely disconnected with the rest of the Pakistan as well. As we are seeing these visuals, and let me tell you that these visuals were before Jummah prayers in Pakistan. But after that, people came to the roads and streets massively. Not only Jamaat-e-Islami, but also other parties in Karachi. They are protesting against the alleged reading in Pakistani fauj as well. And you asked a question, what the current scenario in Pakistan? I can tell you that not a single party is in close to form government in the center. God forbid, I think these political parties are inviting Pakistan's military to take over Pakistan as well. Because when not a single party is in a position to form government in the center, then there is only one solution. That is, they are actually inviting Pakistan military to take over in Pakistan as well. So politically, Pakistan is in shambles, Shaman.
Well, thank you very much, Kaswar, for getting us the latest details. It appears that it's unlikely that a government will be formed anytime soon. The situation still remains extremely volatile currently in Pakistan, with the army still grappling with the situation. That's all that we could pack in this edition of This Is Exclusive. On the other side, we get to that other big story coming in from the Income Tax Tribunal, as they have now defrozen Congress's bank account. Party says that action is based on flimsy grounds. All this and much more on the other side.